Hello everybody and welcome to another Kev Play. This is Kevin and we are on part 1 of Crash Team Rumble. I figure how this is gonna work is every episode I'm gonna dedicate it to a character. You know, since there's no story mode or anything, every episode will just be its own dedicated to a character, and then and yeah, we'll just jump right in. And I figured I'd get it going now because this is the end. At the time of this episode, this is pretty much the last week of Season 1. And then I guess, like, as I do it every now and then, it will kind of, like, document the next season and so forth. And whenever they add new characters, or maybe there's a certain event or something, I could hop on for an hour and do this in between my other Let's Plays. So, but hey, Papa Pig, I can, even though there is no chat bar, I can see the chat on my phone. So, from my end, I do see the chat bubbles pop up on PS5, but they disappear. But I do see it on my phone at least. So now it's just a matter of getting this to load up. See, from your end, Papa Pig, I don't think, like, you're just not seeing the chat at all, but I do see your messages as they pop up. And if I miss any while I'm playing, I can just look down on my phone and see. But yeah, that is weird how they have it set up. I figure the first episode I'm gonna play as Crash to begin with. So yeah, let's play as Crash. I'm pretty much gonna start playing as the characters that I've maxed out already. That way, I already know kind of the general sense of how they play. I don't want to showcase a character yet that I haven't really played much of yet, because just so that I'm, like, you know, somewhat competent as I'm playing. But, yeah, so this is Crash Team Rumble, came out this year, summer. One of my favorite games this year. The reason I'm starting with Crash Team Rumble first, before I do Crash 4, is Crash 4 is going to be a never-ending playthrough. It's never going to be a 100% playthrough, because I still have yet to do that on my own. So, that's going to take so much time to do. At least with this, it's the online. I'd rather do the online while it's still at its peak and while it's still thriving, instead of, like, waiting way later. You know, every episode of a Crash Team Rumble Kev Play is like a standalone, self-contained thing. So, I figure I will do this, and then maybe later in the week I'll continue The Last of Us. I'll probably just, like, intermittently. Oh, I gotta get used to this. I'm so used to Cortex's, like, zoom. Okay, so Crash is a scorer, so I usually,
Enemy team puts Wumpa on the board.
even though depending on what role your character is, you don't want to just be handcuffed to that role, so I usually like to get these relics. That's usually my thing. And then I'll get the gem paths, or the gem stations, or I'll block, or whatever I have to do if the opportunity calls for it. I do have to get used to Crash again, though. I haven't used him in a while. I don't want to die because I want to use these relics and bank them before at least bank them before I die, you know? Alright, let's go this way because I have no boxes. Also, they released kind of like a little teaser poster for Season 2 of Crash Team Rumble, and it looks like Ripto is one of our first guys that will be playable. which is cool. I love it. He was never playable in Crash Team Racing Nitro Field, so it's cool that he's getting his due, I guess.
Enemy team boost expired.
And I think we can imagine that Spyro will follow suit pretty soon, because the whole opportunity they're going with this with the 25th anniversary of Spyro and using Ripto and, you know, making it kind of Spyro themed, is that there's going to be Spyro characters in this season coming out, I imagine. I would bet, if I was at a casino right now, I would bet all the money that Spyro's going to be showing up, so...
Enemy team boosted.
Let's keep going. This way.
Allied Sandstorm.
Beautiful. With this level, I typically try to bank, because the first power up that shows up is the Sandstorm, and compared to other levels, I like the super power up that's in this one, the Sandstorm. It's one of my favorite like power ups to try to bank. Because in other levels, there's certain things that I don't really like. Say like the Oxide spaceship in that Rust level. I'm not really a fan of the spaceship because you can kind of just like lead it around without getting hurt by it if you know what you're doing. And I think most Crash players can avoid it if they can. But I always go for the Sandstorm first, and I do like these also. Because there's some levels where like the smaller power-ups I don't care for, and there's some levels where the bigger power-up I just don't care for. I don't think it's worth it. But I guess it's all about preferences. But yeah, Riptos should be coming, it looks like, and I'm very much of the belief that a Spyro 4 is going to happen this year. I think they're going to get people's minds on Spyro with Crash Team Rumble, and then they're going to use like the Game Awards, possibly Spyro Community Day to make an announcement, but I think it's going to be a Game Awards announcement. Alright, let's drop off to win. Beautiful. Yeah, that was one of the rare levels where I like pretty much all the power-ups they offer you. I don't really go for like the super, like the flaming, like when you're on fire or whatever, but if you do activate that one, that's a good one too. Alright, so got that. Now I've 100%, I mean I've got level 100 on the battle pass, so I'm really not earning anything with Crash right now. I find it funny they added Ripto in the game before Spyro. I like that. I like that he's like being introduced as the villain first, and then it's like when you're watching a Batman movie or any supervillain movie, and like they introduce with the villain, and then the you know, the what's it called? The hero shows up to you. Like you're waiting, when's the hero gonna show up? I like how there's a sense of like showmanship and presentation with this. It is backwards, but I like the subversiveness of it. It's cool, and it makes people kind of pining for Spyro more and longer the closer we get to this end of season, end of year, where there's a possible announcement could happen for, you know, like a game, you know. By the way, I love that Activision has incorporated Spyro hand in hand with Crash, like, you know, in the way they have, you know. there were Easter eggs of him in Crash 4, you know, whether it was like the float toy in the first level, or like in the what's it called, the Mardi Gras level, you know, where we see the huge Spyro float, or you know, just playing as him in Crash Team Nitro Field, along with Hunter and Nasty Nork. I wish we got more Spyro characters in Nitro Field, but you know what? I'll take what I can get. As long as we can get Spyro in that, that's smart. Because if you're not going to have Crash and Spyro in Smash, you at least have to have them together in these type of like party games like this, you know? Serenity Gardens might be one of my favorite levels, I think. I'd say. Oh, by the way, I also noticed I can't see the timer of when the episode should end. Like, I usually see, like, the hour long, like, you know, my runtime or whatever, and I don't see anything. So I'm gonna have to look at my phone for that, too, it looks like. I think typically each match takes, like, 10 to 12 minutes, so that's just an idea. With this, whenever I don't have all the relics for the what is it, the super spin, I tend to not use it until I have all the relics available, because I don't want to put in like 4 relics and it turns out the enemy uses it. Oh man, I hate when like Embryo's slime thing makes me jump. Okay, there we go. Now the bonsai power-up I don't typically go for. I do like it when it's available, because it's like a huge banking opportunity. But typically I go for this super spin thing, because I just feel like it's like a powerhouse when it comes to banking, or like collecting Wumpas and collecting, and just like knocking people out. Yeah, let's use this one. I like how I can just zoom around here and just collect the majority of these at least. And then if I want to block a bit, it's just very useful. And typically you can get 2 uses out of it. If you've strayed from it once, you can get to it again, and then pretty much it will go away after that. I like how Crash has kind of like an air dash now. I feel like that's something I would have like felt was welcome back in the Naughty Dog days. Don't.
It's neck and neck.
Boom. That could have been close. That could have been bad.
Your team boosted.
Let's take this Tawna out. I don't really have enough. And not only, even if you like go over with the Wumpa Fruit, with the spin, you can at least take boxes away from other players, the enemy team. Oh, let's get this before it ends. Let's go this way. Don't! Let's see if I can get a top performer in this playthrough. I was definitely scoring a lot. Akano, that's the mascot name I was trying to look for. It's weird because I don't have my time. I should just note. I guess I have to just note when I've started the stream to know when to stop, in a general way. because even on my phone, it's showing live chat and it's not showing it in, it's not showing the time. Like it's, so this is different. This is different than streaming on the PS4, but it's something I can adapt to. Just so long as everything's running fine on everyone else's end. And you might notice I do typically just use the fridge health power up. I feel like I don't like to rely on more of like the gimmicky power ups. I'm sure I can learn different tricks of the trade with them if I wanted to, but I really wanted to use the health one the most because I wanted to rely more on my actual combat. Like I want to get better with my combat before I start branching out to other power-ups. So you use the Guardian, you say, Pelpa, huh? Yeah, the Guardian's cool. I guess I'll do this. This level, I typically always go for the Junker Bulb over anything else.
Your team puts Wumpa on the board. Enemy team boosted.
Dope. Oh no! My favorite character is Ripperoo. Yeah, okay. I really liked Ripperoo when I was playing as him. I maxed him out and everything. He's definitely one of my favorites as well. He's also my banner, the spinning banner in the game. And like I said, I don't really care for Oxeye's UFO, using it, or even even when the other team gets it, I feel like it's like a non-issue for me, because the only thing it really prevents me from doing is stopping to to bank my relics in a relic station, because that's such a small platform to be on that you can't really like run away if it's like right on your ass. But if you're trying to score, you could still run in circles and you'll still actually do good. I don't like the idea of this Crash using the super nope. I was gonna say his Super Wumpa power up. Oh, let's get this. There we go. Pretty much hunted him there. Let's get rid of this. Oh. Oh, the force fields I love too. If you can find a force field, it's definitely worth it. It's just a matter of I just need one more relic. There we are.
Enemy Oxide's UFO.
See, it's just like it's whatever with the Oxide UFO. It doesn't really do much for me.
Boosted. Allied force field.
See, I could just. Oh no, no! I almost fell. Oh, dope. It's at least good that we don't have any bots playing. Because if you have a bot on your team, you better hope the other team has a bot too, or else it's pretty much a game set match. Yeah, we'll just skip this. And I like to use I have a little, I guess, Rustland backpack and just a little like Crocodile Dundee hat here going. Bum 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 bum. This level I like too. I think I like the TNT drones. I usually try to bank those. But I think more than anything, I'll just try to get the turrets, the plasma turrets, to be working. Because the TNT drone, it's a little more difficult to escape than, say, Oxide's UFO, but it is possible to just keep moving and the TNTs just won't get you. And I find that the other team tends to escape them. But at the same time, I just like the idea that the other team's just stressed out, and they do have limited activity to work with.
Enemy team puts Wumpa on the board.
Okay.
Enemy team boosted.
I'll let them fight that out.
Enemy team boosted.
Let's go for the score. Do you have Crash Team Rumble on PS4? No, I have PS5.
The Punawa available.
Whoa. Don't.
Healing fridge ready.
That's interesting. If you put the fridge on the turret, and you activate the turret, it'll disappear, which makes sense.
Enemy team boost expired. Enemy team boosted. TNT drone available.
Don't.
Healing fridge ready.
Okay.
Your team boosted. Enemy team boost expired.
If I can get a slam going, I'll tend to slide afterwards. Oh no!
Enemy team
Damn it!
boosted.
Pelpa, do you have it for PS4 or for PS5? Crash Team Rumble.
Oh, painful to watch. That should be illegal. Your team boost expired.
Alright, we got it going.
Enemy team boost expired. Your team boosted.
Oh man, I always try to get back up. With Cortex, I usually can get back up on that if I fall and grab the relics, but Crash wasn't really having it. I'm not really fond of the I guess it's Kampunawa. I guess I'm running faster. I don't usually go for it, that power-up on this map. Oh, I got full, Should I go for the TNT drone?
Your team boost expired.
Usually I'll go for it if I have 15, because it's such a big hole. Oh, there we go.
Allied TNT
Beautiful.
drone.
Oh, I gotta get this. I love this hole down here for platinum for relics.
Your team boosted.
That guy fell.
Your team boosted.
Beautiful. Of course, we're gonna lose them. I'm hoping that these guys can block properly, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Alright, let's just hope that Embryo can be competent and block for us. But it really is almost their match right now. Oh, look how good I did. I'm definitely a top performer, definitely. Oh, you have it for both. That's crazy. That's cool though. Well, don't you try to collect every version of all the Crash games? Like, I know you have pretty much all of the Crash games, but I don't know if you have every version that it comes out on. I don't know if you're a collector in that way. Okay, here's another level. With this level, I typically go for the beach balls only. Oh, do you have like a digital version where it kind of lets you have the PS5 and the PS4 version? Or did you get the PS4 version and then upgrade to PS5 or something? Or... But yeah, this level, I go for the beach balls mostly. Okay, yeah, nice. Yeah, I mean, I did the same thing with Crash 4. I had the PS4 version, and then I just upgraded to the PS5. So I guess I technically had the digital PS5 version of Crash 4, but I have the PS4 physical. Same thing with Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1+2. I have the PS4 version, but they let you upgrade to PS5. Wouldn't it be cool if they had a Tony Hawk season for Crash Team Rumble? Just have Tony Hawk skating around collecting Wumpa. Oh, Catbat's not happy about that.
That should be illegal.
Tony Hawk has no place in the Crash universe. The thing is, though, Tony Hawk games would definitely have Crash as a skatable character if they could. They've had Shrek, they've had Spider-Man, they've had Iron Man, they've had Gene Simmons from Kiss.
Bonus bank available.
Tony Hawk was always quirky with its secret characters, which is something I always like. But yeah, you're right. There is a line to like people were already freaking out in Crash Team Racing Nitro Fuel when there was when all these like Crash Nitro Kart characters were showing up, which is kind of ridiculous, a ridiculous thing to be upset about because it just makes sense that they would be there. But they would definitely draw the line, I think, with a human character showing up. Although I would love to see Crash Bandicoot suit guy, like the mascot guy, in Crash Team Rumble. That would be fun. So maybe he could be like the bridge of having like a live action character. But then again, this isn't Fortnite where you can just throw any franchise character into it. Alright, let's click this. I mean, I would have loved the mascot guy in Crash Team Rumble, in Crash Team Racing,
Enemy team boosted.
just for the fun of it. And by the way, rest in peace to the lead frontman, the frontman to Smash Mouth. That was kind of upsetting news, I guess. Definitely part of the 90s. 90s pop culture. Oop.
Allied bonus bank.
Oh, it's allied bonus bank. Okay.
Each other's heels.
I haven't had an allied bonus bank in a while. Let's try it.
Your team boost expired.
Come on, fridge. My fridge needs to block me.
This gonna be a close one. Your team takes lead. Enemy team pulls ahead. Your team scores for the lead. Drop off to win.
Damn it. Alright, let's try it. Alright. About time we got a victory. Yeah, somebody once told me the lead singer of Smash Mouth died. Yep. He was in hospice with liver failure, unfortunately, and yeah, rest in peace. He was brought a lot of happiness to. I remember being on the school bus in elementary school, and the whole bus was singing All Star. It was just that much of a hit back then. Like the bus driver put it on the radio and then like cranked it, and then everyone was singing it. Like that was like the most pinnacle '90s moment for me. I remember when that was happening. In the moment, I was like, "We are living in the '90s." Like even as a kid, I was like, "This is the '90s." And then I went home and played Crash Bandicoot. Okay, so Tar Valley. And by the way, I noticed that they never repeat maps. It's always in a sequence. Depending on whenever you jump in, it's always running like in a sequence. Like so, you're never really repeating it all in too close together. These maps. So with this, I typically go for the shrooms. I feel like the shrooms are very strategic for this level. You can go for the Aku Aku masks, but I don't think it's necessary for me.
Enemy team puts Wumpa on the board. Your team boosted. Your team boosted.
Alright, let's put these shrooms on the enemy's base.
Bridge ready.
Or not base, but bank. I always forget that there's actually, like, bases.
Enemy team boosted.
But people don't typically hang around their bases.
Aku Aku available.
Alright, we got a Ripperoo blocker here. But I made short work of that.
Your team boost expired.
So here's the thing: are we gonna have to like pay for the next season?
Ready.
Is that how battle passes work, or if you completed the battle pass, then you're eligible? But if you didn't complete the battle pass, do you have to like pay money or something? Like I'm not really familiar with how battle passes work in these games, in like online services. I hope. See, that's the thing. Like, I'm like, I guess I'm gonna have to wait and see. So I'm just not familiar with how it works. I hope not too, because I am having fun with this game. More fun than I thought I was gonna have. Guess I'll be a booster for now. Looks like Ripperoo went his separate way. Damn it.
Enemy team boosted.
Damn it. Sliding when you're on the bank is pretty helpful with Crash, because it keeps you on the ground and it keeps your bank time that you're investing in, it keeps it going at least.
Healing bridge ready.
Oh, I'm in the enemies. I thought I was on my own. Like, I'll typically mostly go for the shrooms in the bases. I mean, in the banks. But,
Enemy team boost expired.
but if I can, if it makes sense to, then I'll do it. Then I'll do it on the gem stations or whatever. Starfield just launched. Yeah, I'm looking forward to see how it turns out for players. I mean, it seems like people have generally been enjoying it online. Now that the media outlets are out of the way, we can kind of, and let's be honest, like we should be. I'm sure there's gonna be like review bombing and stuff, but even like the PlayStation first party games were subject to that. So. Well, like I'm sure that will only exist for like a certain amount of, like to an extent, but people will still be able to like get a general idea of like whether other players are digging the game or not.
Healing bridge ready.
Haha, that guy, Brio just took a tumble.
Enemy team boost expired.
Dope.
Enemy team boosted. Your team boosted.
Oh yeah, there's going to be a Stray movie, and I think that's awesome, because I think it will actually be pretty... it makes a lot of sense that will be adaptable to a film, because it is a short game, and it's not a game that really has
Goes ahead.
too much plot going on. It's more about the mood, it's more about... it's more about the general beats of the journey, I guess, than anything, but I think that's going to be cool. I really like the atmosphere of that game,
Goes ahead.
and the world. I was expecting to dig it, as like conceptually and everything, but I wasn't expecting to really like fall in love with like the world and how cool and dystopian it was, but like in a cyberpunky type way. Really enjoyed that game.
Healing bridge ready. What a knockout.
There we go.
Aku.
I'm just going beast mode right now. Beautiful. Yeah, it's gonna make a great movie, I think. Stray 2022 was a great year, I think, for games. For at least for the 3 games that I played, it was like all great games. It was Horizon Forbidden West, Stray, and God of War Ragnarok. All bangers, in my opinion. I'm looking forward to Spider-Man 2 coming up in I guess in a month, right? Yeah, Ragnarok was great along with Hi-Fi Rush. Oh yeah, Hi-Fi Rush was definitely I didn't play it, but I just heard it was such a great surprise the way especially the way they shadow dropped it. That definitely was a treat for people, I think. Yeah, so Surreal Summit. Now this is a map where I will go for the dragons, which is like the most powerful banking relic station, I guess. Like the main relic station. I go for that more than the Ika power up because I feel like you can jump high. It's a vertical map, and when you land, you can cause some damage. But this between the I never find myself really needing to be up high in an instant. I can always go up there if I want to. And then when you land, you're causing damage, but you're not really like how long before it runs out, Because like you're jumping and then it's like you're only getting so many ground pounds in before it stops, and that's if you're even accurate. So on that new CT Rumble poster, there's a nitro crate. What's that all about? I didn't see that, but I guess maybe that's a power-up that could be happening. The one thing I did notice is the balloons, and I noticed that Ripto is standing on a purple balloon. It made me wonder. Oops. Made me wonder if that was symbolizing something. I'm wondering if there's like the first thing I did when I saw that poster was like, let's see if I can find any clues to something more than just the Season 2 of Crash Team Rumble. Maybe there's something for Crash, or for a Spyro 4 here. But I didn't seem to see much when it came to that.
Your team extends a big lead. Enemy team boost expired. Your team boost expired.
I tend to, whenever I'm trying to bank my points with Crash, I'll like slide around the edges here to avoid people. Because even if you can dodge Ripperu's attacks, he's still balancing on his ball, waiting for you to be hit by him, just to touch him. But at least, even with this, you can still knock people out in the process. I guess that's what makes him such a great character as a scorer, because his slide really pays dividends when it comes to making sure you get those points in.
Your team boosted. Your team boosted. Your team boosted.
Beautiful. Oh, by the way, I didn't mention it last time because I mentioned that, you know, that the Spyro Twitter account was, you know, acknowledging Spyro community. I know we talked about how they've done that in the past, but I didn't bring up the fact that Spyro Reignited Trilogy has surpassed 10 million copies sold, which is why the tweet was there to begin with. That's big. Any game that can get over 10 million, regardless of how long it takes, that's always good. I think this match will be the last one for today. Because I think I started at like 8:08. I mean, yeah, 8:08 or something. So it's almost time to stop. But yeah, that's a big win for Spyro. I'm surprised too, because I'm not surprised because I think it's good. But I did think it would take a little longer because I remember when Spyro first came out, and it was the whole controversy with the physical copy, how not all of it was on the disc. I think, regardless if not everyone cares about physical versus digital, I think it was enough of controversy for people to be like, I'll wait on this, you know, or, you know, and they eventually did release the proper physical edition with everything printed on the disc. I just remember thinking this might be the reason why we haven't heard about sales since. I mean, it's been 5 years and they reached 10 million, which is nothing to sneeze at. That's great. But if you remember, like, Crash N. Sane Trilogy got 10 million very quickly. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1+2 was one of the fastest selling Tony Hawk games ever in its like opening couple of weeks, and then that got 10 million plus. And I think Nitro Fueled also did the same. I don't think Crash 4 has achieved that yet. I don't think Crash 4. I think Crash 4 sold well, but not to 10 million yet. Because they haven't announced any numbers with that, from what I can tell. But yeah. Oh, Tiki Towers, let's think. Yeah, I'll go for Uka Uka. I don't usually go for the Bandicoot Pult, but the bombardments, I'll go for those. The bombardments I mostly go for, and I'll get Uka Uka if the time is right. That's kind of like my strategy for these maps. I always tend to run towards the enemy side because I figure everyone is trying to take the easy route on our team and wants to go to, you know, their side.
Your team puts Wumpa on the board. Your team boosted.
Boom, baby.
Enemy team boosted.
Go.
Enemy team boosted. Uka Uka available. Healing bridge ready.
I can never really gauge what that power, how to counter that power
Your
up,
team boost
but
expired.
I guess I just have to stay away from it. But I always wish there was like a way, like, there's something I can do to counter it. But that's just me. I'm not being the best scorer right now.
Enemy team boost expired. Healing bridge ready. Bombardment available.
Let's use the bombardment.
Ally bombardment.
I see Brio trying to make his way over.
team boosted. Ally bombardment.
Dope. Damn it.
Enemy team boosted. Healing fridge ready. Enemy Uka Uka.
Yeah, I figured I'd let the enemies go for Uka Uka. It is pretty, it does pack a punch when you're on the other side of it. It's definitely nothing to sneeze at.
Enemy team boosted.
I feel like it's random though, right? Does it track you down, or does it depend on what the other players are doing with it? It seems like if they're in the general area. Alright. Alright, so the next map would have been Bogged Down, which is one of the newer maps. Maybe we'll play it. Let's play one more. I think we have, like, time still. It's very hot today. I have the AC off, and it's just really... Once this stream ends, I'm putting that AC back on. Drinking some water. Alright, yeah, we'll do one more. Looks like we got a Ambrose, we got a bot on our team, but they got Rutherford, so it's a good trade-off. Yeah, it's really hot for me as well. Yeah, today, this week has just been... Like, over the weekend... Over the last week, it was very cool. It felt like fall. But now it's all of a sudden, it's like a scorcher again. So, I'll take it. I guess the summer's winding down. I'll take the last weeks of hot summer days. Fall is typically my favorite season, though. It's just perfect balance of weather, in my opinion.
Enemy team puts Wumpa on the board. Your team boosted. Enemy
Ooh.
team boosted.
See, that's a bad thing with Ripperoo, is if you get knocked out and you already activated your bowling bomb, you're gonna sink like a stone. So you have to be, you kind of have to like anticipate being hit and be careful with your, with when you use the bowling bomb.
Wumpa bat available.
Damn it.
Your team boost expired. Enemy team boost expired. Brutal takedown.
I'm just being a blocker as well. Oh yeah, and if you get that Wumpa Bat, that's like pretty much the main thing I go for in this. I don't even go for the bubble power up, even though it would be helpful to farm relics with.
Enemy team boosted.
Hell no. Dope. Damn it, I just want to get in there. Okay, good. Let them feed on that for a while.
Healing fridge ready. Enemy team boost expired.
While they're doing that, I'm going to score. I say let them fight the Wumpa even if it doesn't make it, and just go for the score here, because I'm about to drop off the win, like it said. There we go. Nice. Alright. Alright. Yeah, I was not the MVP of that one. But I did reasonably well, balanced. Alright, so I think we'll end it here. Let's quit match. Anyone out there who wants to like, comment, or subscribe, it's greatly appreciated. You can subscribe to Kev Plays on YouTube, or follow me on Twitter, or follow me on Twitter at Let's Watch Series. And you can catch me next time. And yes, just so it's official, yes, level 100 on the battle pass. It's all complete. And yes, we will continue next time. Papa Pig, it's been a pleasure. I'll catch you all next time. Have a good one, everyone.